So have you thought about microdosing your GLP-1? So let's talk about it for a minute and why it might not be as appealing as it first sounds. So I'm Tiffany, I'm a physician assistant, but I'm also a GLP-1 advocate. So I spend a lot of time helping people get access to their GLP-1s when they can't get them through traditional insurance. So if that's something that you struggle with, there are some links over here in my bio that hopefully will help you. So first of all, what is microdosing? Microdosing is taking any amount that is considered less than the standard dosing. And so this has become a really popular trend on TikTok especially. So TikTok and Instagram have really popularized this microdosing trend, and up to 36% of people actually say that they got encouraged to do this through social media. But we actually look at the data. Somewhere between 20 and 25% of people actually stop microdosing their GLP-1 because they regret it, either because of side effects or results are not what they need to be on their GLP-1 medication. And although small doses of GLP-1s might work for people who are quote unquote super responders, there's really no clinical data or long-term clinical trials that study these very tiny doses in people. So clinically, we just really don't know if they have the same good protection for cardiovascular disease and kidney disease and cancer protection that the higher doses actually do. Now, one thing a lot of people don't think about when they microdose is part of a microdosing regimen might involve not always giving your injection once a week. They try to space out their injections to every 10 days or 2 weeks. However, this can lead to an increase in the GI side effects like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, because if you don't keep a consistent dose in your body, it's like starting off new every single time you get an injection. So your body never really gets used to the medication. So a lot of microdosing users that are spreading their doses out too far oftentimes have a lot of GI side effects. And I think the important thing that we have to remember is that GLP-1s are medication. They're not supplements. They really need to be under the guidance of a provider to help you with dosing. So although I know sometimes people get an idea on social media, I think it is very important to always be in touch with your provider to talk to them about any changes in your regimen. So I find that people like the idea of microdosing more than they actually like microdosing, because it sounds good, right? You're just going to take a little bitty bit of the medicine, right? So what could that hurt? And I think people initially, when they start GLP-1s, have a fear of anything new, so it makes them feel better thinking they're just going to take a little bitty bit. But in actuality, when we studied the GLP-1 drugs, most of the sustained benefits of these medications were when we worked people up to the higher doses of medicine. Now, if you've watched my channel very long, you know that I'm not a huge advocate of building the doses up super high and fast. I do like to do that gradually, but I do think if you're underdosing yourself, you are definitely not giving yourself the full benefit of the GLP-1. So the idea of microdosing is out there, but I don't really think it's for everybody, and I really only think it is applicable for people who are considered super responders or really just have an exaggerated response to these medications. So if you think that's you need to chat with your provider and talk to them about a different regimen that maybe works better for you. So if you like this video or you like GLP-1 related content, please follow me for more.